Okay, we're back. Coffee in hand. Let's get back into this. Where were we? Right. Unit card. Unit card. We talked about these stats. Blah blah blah. Melee defense, weapon strength, charge, munition damage. That's the tank. This is... So basically, this is a tank. Yeah, it's a tank. No one else in Warhammer has a tank. The dwarf, I can't remember if the dwarves have a tank or not. I think only Empire has tanks. I could be wrong. But dwarves definitely have cannons. So we need to remember about that. And everyone obviously has magic missiles. Otherwise, zoom. Lumric. Not Lumric. Luminarch. Luminarch. Of Hisk. Hysk. We'll call it Hisk. No, Hysk. Hysk. Yeah, we'll stick with Hysk. Luminarch Hysk. I like that. Okay, Hysk is nice. Hisk is not so much. Hiss is too much hissing. It's a magical chariot, special chip. Yeah, or strike with powerful magical attacks. Magic fucking missile. Can you guys tell I don't very much like unit abilities in my Total War game? If I wanted to play that, I'd be playing some Dawn of War. In fact, I will be playing the new Dawn of War when that comes out, but that's just another topic completely. Anyway, magical chariots. Slim's bolt of illumination. Luminarch fires a highly accurate beam over large distances, causing tremendous damage to its target, but with a small area of effect. Right, so laser. Yeah, okay, laser beam. Magical aura. Well, that doesn't tell me anything. These units are surrounded by one or more magical auras. I guess it's down here. God damn, we'll come back here. Hysk. Aura of protection. Ward save. That's amazing. Can I tooltip over a tooltip over a tooltip? Nope. That'd be too clever, wouldn't it? I want a tooltip over that icon. I guess I can't. Type, Aura of Protection. Type, Ward Save. Instantly affects targets in its area. Okay. Duration constant. Okay, so it's always on. Self and allies in range. 50 meters. Okay, I don't know what 50 meters actually means in this game because it's relative. Effect. 12% physical resistance. The light magic aura surrounds Luminarch. Gives protection. Wow, okay, where's this coffee at? Oh yeah. Now. Magical auras and magical shields. 12% physical resistance. Is that 12% bonus to my armor? Because if what that means... if that's a 12% bonus to my armor, then what it would mean is that... Firstly, it doesn't help me against... Firstly, it doesn't help against armor piercing damage, right? And what that means is that it will not make unarmored units into bricks, right? What it will do is it will make already highly armored units into even more highly armored units, right? So, because percentage application, 12% bonus to nothing is still nothing, but 12% bonus to a big number is a bigger number, right? And it's important here because this will contest that and it will contest that. So okay, 12%. If that's how it works anyway. So point blank AoE buff with 12% damage resistance. Fine. Next button. Locust. Locust of Heis. Hex of the Winds. Okay. Only acts on targets when in area. Okay. Duration 33, okay. Around self and enemies. So this, I guess this is, by the reading of this text, is a point blank AoE that affects self. Reduces power recharge. Hey! 30 meter range. This reduces cooldowns of units within 30 meters. Who would have guessed this game had ability cooldowns? Didn't see that one coming. Griffin Knights. Wait, let's go back here for a second. Low rate of fire. Low rate of fire. What? This has no armor. Pony leadership. Pony? Yeah, it looks pretty bad. Poor speed. Right, so basically you park this behind your line and you buff your units and you're done. Magic missile does a ton of damage. Quadric ton of damage. Depends if it has a firing arc of a straight line, which it probably does. Well, actually, we'll see. If it's space laser, like an ion cannon or some nonsense, we'll see. 300 range. What's the tanks? 380. 300 is a good number if I remember correctly. At least compared. Actually, is it? I think it is. If I remember correctly from Attila, this is an acceptable number. It was like 125 for rifle range in Empire and Napoleon, and like 300 to 420 in Attila for catapults and other things like of that nature. And this is a lot of damage. 1050. This is 405. This is 1000. Oh, this on this side tooltip. 1050. 1050 what? Missile damage 525. Armor piercing 525. Explosive base 525. That is 525, not 52.5. Okay. We'll see how this thing actually plays. Knights, fine. Armored and shielded. Armored units can block damage. Biddy bear. Shields have... Okay, so shields... Right, I remember now. Okay, so... Shields have an extra chance of blocking projectile weapons. Which is why armored and shielded... This is only armored. This is nothing. On the other side, tooltip. Thank you. Right? If I bring it up on this side... No, it doesn't care at all. It just brings it up on whatever side it wants to. Tooltips. Armored units block damage, okay, shields have a chance of blocking arrows, bolts and rifle shots, similar to small fire but only in the forward. Okay, so basically shields only work to the front, don't get shot in the back. Who would have guessed? They are armored piercing, okay, but which, okay, I guess because the cavalry carry massive sticks. Anti-infantry units have an advantage against heights. Right, okay, so I guess this is a good time to take a break and talk about the Total War paper scissor, rock, cannon, special ability, matrix of contests. So, in classic Total War, one unit type beats another unit type because of their combination of statistics. Now, swordsmen generally have a higher attack and better damage than spearmen, but spearmen get an innate bonus against cavalry. Therefore, swordsmen beat spearmen, but spearmen, because they get a bonus against cavalry, beat cavalry. And this isn't a hard rule because it's a stat comparison, so some cavalry can obviously power through a bad spearman unit, and obviously some spearmen can power through a bad infantry unit, right? So what this means is that it's a soft counter. When there's a stat check against the different attack defense, armor, weapon damage, based on the quality of the unit and the way it's delivered to the fight, it will either win or lose, right? A big thing in the old Total War games is flanking. We talked about a little bit about flanking before, and is where one of the most effective ways, if not the most effective ways, the most effective way in old games to break and rout an army, was to break and rout it, right? By definition, the most efficient way to break an army was to rout it. Where if a unit starts losing leadership, it will panic and begin to run. And because that unit runs, nearby unit run. Therefore, you can achieve a cascade failure of the enemy line. A cascade fucking fail of an army is what we like to see. And I guess, I wonder if they implemented that. If for vampire counts, when they run, all of their men, the undead skeletons die, because that was the mechanic in the tabletop game. We'll see. We'll have a look at that in a second. Anyway, back to horses and armored horses and running. No, not back to horses. Back to paper, rocks, and scissors. So paper, rocks, and scissors, right? Swordsmen beat spearmen, but spearmen beat cavalry, but cavalry beat swordsmen. There you go. That's your not so much a trinity, right? But this unit beats that unit, beats that unit, beats that unit kind of system. Soft counter-wise, because they use the stats rather than a type definition as a hard counter. So this is a soft counting system. And in Empire, that was still true, but not as much, right? In Empire and Napoleon Total War, it was much more an attrition-based combat because you brought your men up in lines with rifles and then you shot the crap out of the other side. And I really like that style of combat because it was quite different to all of the other Total Wars that had come before. It was very, very in fiction for that time as well. In Attila, I didn't like the over-heavy use of special abilities. I thought it moved too far away. See, the problem with Attila is that it's a historical context. It's a historical setting, and you're pressing special buttons in a Total War game to activate special abilities like Frenzy or Charge, right? It's not there for me. It's not that Total War experience that I was looking for. So I have a much easier time believing in magical fireballs and special abilities in Warhammer than I ever did in Total War Attila. / rant. Back to horses. Anti-infantry units have an advantage against infantry targets, but I guess this is how they implement the... I wonder if this is actually how they implement the bonus or the meta of a cav unit destroying shock cav. I guess there are other types of cav. We'll get to them later. I can't be bothered to extend this too much longer. We actually want to sit down and play this fucking game. Anti-infantry, okay. Superior, okay. They're heavy horses, okay. On the other side, tooltip. What I would honestly like is if I mouse over this graphic at the left side of it, it spawns the tooltip on the left side of it and not wherever the hell it wants. Unless there isn't enough space to spawn the tooltip. Anyway. Charge bonus. They can hide. Yeah, so because they can hide in woods and in some other terrain, probably like in fog or on something, and they cause fear. Okay, amazing. We don't want to go with this, don't want to go with this. That is a lot of talking and not a whole lot of game playing. Now, being the person that I am, having the job that I do, I really find this sort of level of depth quite interesting. So, in a normal play session, I would sit down and probably look over this stuff as well. They have no cavalry or magic. Oh. Oh. No. Okay, but so take a step back. We've gone over Empire. We've gone over the top units. We've gone over their top units. What we will do yet before we begin playing, and if you don't want to wait for this, obviously skip ahead, my friend, but otherwise enjoy the ride. What we will do is we will look at the other factions' mechanics and playstyles, and not so much about the units because we'll learn about those when we actually go to crush them. So, okay, so read that, would make sense, man. We have tanks, fucking tanks. Let's look at the other people that have guns. By the way, Empire has rifles, in case you didn't get that. Dwarves also have rifles, but we have tanks. And I'm hoping, in fact I can't remember correctly, I don't think they do, but they might do. But we'll see, but they definitely have cannons and guns. They're helicopter, flying war machine. Sledge, iron flamethrowers, okay, of course they do. Faction mechanics. Dwarves can only capture, okay, they can only take from greenskins or other factions. There will be multiple dwarf factions, I expect. Grudges. Oh, we didn't look at victory objectives. Nordland, Ostland, blah blah. Land. Something land, mark, land. We have to take these lands and that mark. Control all the provinces of the Empire, either by direct ownership or through vassals and military alliances. Okay. Sylvana, is that right? Sylvania. Thank you, Sylvania. Destroy counts. Oh, we have to destroy these. Okay. This is short campaign, long campaign. Right, Total War games are you choose how you want to win the game. You can obviously play past the win point, right? But generally, if you want to play for loads of time, you choose the long campaign. If you want a short win, you choose a short campaign. What are the differences? We have to destroy, okay. Ensure that the military presence belonging to the case of wars exists only in the following. Right, so, so basically, don't let chaos spread. TLDR. Is that the same here? That's the same here. We have to destroy vampire counts in the long campaign. Yes, we do. In the short campaign, we do not. We have to take Sylvania. Yep. And that's it. So, take Sylvania, prevent chaos from spreading. And take our homeland. Homelands are the same in both. Sylvania is the same in both. In the long, you have to kill count and stop chaos. Ensure that Acheron, the way you say that specifically, is with more phlegm from the throat. Acheron, the ever-chosen, is in a wounded state. Assume a special character that leads armies. You have to run. I will run over Acheron with my tank. Fine. This makes sense. Mechanics, playstyle, dwarves, faction mechanics, grudges, units, missions, all of which must be settled in order to achieve victory objective. What does that mean? Take some land. Greenskins. Oh, they have to wipe the greenskins out in a short campaign. Okay, whatever, don't worry about that. We're not going to meta this too much, we're just going to go over the top end. They have to complete the grudge missions in order to achieve victory. We don't know what grudge missions are given for. Fine. Don't really care. Probably not play the wolves. At least they are yet. Use the underway. Armies may choose to use network of underground tunnels to avoid impassable terrain and enemy armies. We will see how they actually implement this. I expect this is a teleport ability on an army that you can use once every couple of years or seasons. That's how I expect that's implemented. I don't expect that you can preemptively build connecting tunnels between locations, but maybe I'm wrong. The cheaper way would be to make it a teleport button. Realistically, it's also probably the more effective way to do it. Playstyle, durable, strong leadership. Yeah, okay, so they have lots of armor. Oh, they have no armor because they're sleds. That's why they don't have armor. They have lots of armor, 120, 100. Yeah, okay, fine. Excellent range, strong artillery. They have guns! Maybe we want to play dwarves instead of Empire. Friends, I was actually going to say, I was very much leaning towards playing the Empire. Because this is bread and butter, and this is special snowflake. You have to learn how to play the bread and butter before you become a snowflake. Do you get me? I hope you do. Strong economy, strong economy and trade options. Okay, mana, money, technology tree about military, civic branches, magic resistance. Hey, they don't like magic. Who would have guessed? This is very much Warhammer. Expensive unit and upkeep. Okay, no cav, small maintenance, small military unit size. So like 60 dudes. Yeah, 60 dudes. How many cavs do we get for 60 dudes? Okay, wait, that's 18. That's not really a varied number comparisons. 18 against the 60. It depends on what a normal regiment size is. We'll probably play with a higher number of units per unit stack. It's a setting in Total War games, so if you have a good PC, you can have loads of people fighting, which is cool. Magic resist, cav, yeah, okay. Challenge, easy. Okay. I guess this is useful. Normal, easy. Normal, hard, fine. Dwarves. I don't want to summarize their play style. We'll just have to play it. But this is interesting. It depends how parts of it are implemented. Greenskins, capture only greenskin in dwarf territory. Fightingness. So, greenskins, as in orcs, are the hooligans, the football hooligans of the Warhammer world. And if they did the sound design for these guys, this faction will be absolutely amazing to play. I am torn between Empire and greenskins. I really am. I think this can be lots of fun. However, we are not a special snowflake. Therefore, we will play the bread and butter. Probably. Unless I change my mind because of some reason. We'll see. Anyway, fightingness. Armies have a fightingness rating, which rises when fighting and raiding, and falls when inactive as a result of being defeated. So, that's how they simulate war mechanics. Animosity, low fightingness leads to infighting between troops and causes attrition. War, high fightingness will spawn... Right, so this is essentially snowball mechanics. If you're winning, the game lets you win harder. If you're losing, the game will make you lose harder. So, win hard, or lose hard. How does the saying go? The flame that burns the brightest burns the shortest? Something like that. That's not quite right, but I'm sure someone will find the correct version of it. Hey, there's a giant. That's pretty cool. Giant smash. I guess we have giants. Yeah, of course we have giants. We're green. Doom diver. This is a spider. Giant spider. This is a catapult. It fires probably goblins. That'll be amazing. Oh, we're so close to playing green skins. So, their faction mechanics. They win hard but lose hard. Great. Underway. Yeah, probably the teleport mechanic that dwarves have. Playstyle, large unit size, cheap units upkeep, so swarm units spam, no bonuses to income divided from raid, okay, so they get bonuses from raiding. Goblin units have brutally... Goblins turn and run away. You can make probably a goblin army that shits a massive brick and then proceeds to run off the field like an amazing tide. Limited tech tree, cannot trade, limited economic... Yeah, okay, fine. Vampire counts. Bloody blah. Unpronounced. Whatever. Varghalf. Your voice needs to get accustomed to saying this shit. Varghalf. Monster. What does his icon look like? Can't tell. Doesn't matter. Varghalf. Terrorgeist. Flying monster. Okay. Terrorgeist. Hex Wraiths. Cav. Mechanics. Can only capture territory belonging to other vampire count factions or any human factions, except Norska. Norska, by the way, about wild crazy barbarians. I can't remember if they actually have a Warhammer army in the tabletop. They might do. When I played, they didn't, but that was a long time ago. Raise dead, yep, this is a cool Warhammer feature. New units can be raised from the dead in any province. Famous battle sites provide bonuses to the quality and quantity options available. So I'll be very interested to see how they do this. What I guess it is, it's a army special ability that has a cooldown. When you press it, it consumes probably some resources like your magic power or some sort of quantifiable magic resource to spawn some dudes. Corruption. Vampiric corruption can spread a butter. Coffee. Corruption. Vampiric corruption can be spread in enemy territory, leading to public order problems. Public order. Oh yes, we'll get to that when we're in game though. And even vampiric rebellions. This is interesting. We'll see how this is implemented. Playstyle. Strong magic options. So these guys have lots of buttons to press when their cooldowns are up, to throw magic missiles at the darkness. Well, actually no, from the darkness, technically at the Empire. Including raising of new units from the dead, units cause fear, impacted by leadership, crumbling. Instead of routing, yeah, here we go, yeah, this is the one, friends. Crumbling. Instead of routing, units will suffer additional casualties when losing combat. Those words aren't actually there, they just appeared in my head when I was reading. Doesn't matter. So basically, when you lose combat, you take more damage instead of run away and die. Okay. Depending on the situation, this can be good or bad. We'll see how it plays out. This depends on the scale of this effect. Some battle casualties are automatic. Some battle casualties are automatically raised from the dead post-battle, even in defeat. This is interesting. So they regenerate some dead troops at the end of a battle. They have no missile units, who would have guessed? But they have many magical units that fire magic missiles. Last faction, Chaos Warriors, text, don't care. No, that's not true. I do care, but I don't want to read it to slow down this video. Now, faction mechanics. I really do care, friends. In fact, I care for all of these factions. I really do. Mechanics. Faction has no elements. We talked about this beforehand. Corruption. Chaos, corruption can spread, but okay, this is like vampire version of it, but chaos version of it, okay? Because there's an in-fiction explanation for this. It's very cool. You should go read the Warhammer books about this. Take a second. Playstyle. Strong unit roster with armored infantry. Yes, armored chaos warriors. Amazing. I don't know, whatever, let's not get into those units. Severely limited missile options. Yeah, okay, I guess severely limited is better than no missiles. I guess it depends what this actually means. They have hell cannons. Siege unit, yeah, I guess it helps to have a cannon. It's a cannon that shoots fire, I guess. What is this? Boom! Ha! Alignment 40, Oh, this reduces ability reload durations. Oh, games and their abilities. How much we will experience you. This guy has some dots. He has flowers on his face. He actually had flowers on his face. Come back. Or in his hair, technically. Chaos Warriors and flowers in their hair. They can't trade. Yeah, that makes sense. Chaos don't trade people. Minotaur. Not Minotaur. Centaur. Centaur? Yeah, okay. That's not a centaur. That's a big centaur. Economy is heavily reliant on sacking and raiding. Amazing. Okay, so we've gone over the different factions. Bam, 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 bam. We've talked about their playstyles. Now, we will not play, well, I don't know if it's fair to call Empire the bread and butter and these as snowflakes. But we will play the bread and butter faction to learn the game and how it's played, and most likely we will play for the short victory campaign, so that then when we know how to capture all the lands, when we know how to win, how to play and win, we will do for a long campaign to capture all of the lands again, land, and the mark and the land across the Vampire Council of the Wastelands. This can be interesting. This can be interesting. These are all very interesting playstyles. I have this funny feeling that this will be very much enjoyable. I guess what else is interesting? Nope, let's not press continue just yet. Go back a step. Options, graphics, go over this. Yeah, it's fine. I can stay. I can stay. Classic, good. We will see. I don't remember which one I prefer, standard or classic. Again, I don't remember which one I prefer, standard or classic. We'll deal with it when we're in battle, and we'll sit down and we'll mess with it. This, whatever. I don't need to deal. Sort of probably should read this, but I don't need to, I think. The settings, advice frequency, yes, because we don't know what we're doing. Interface, okay. Debug, blah blah blah. Default to run. Default to run when dragging units. When enabled, units will run. I think I might want to have that as default walk. When enabled, units will run faster. Units will run after issuing a move order via dragging the right click. Units will move at the opposite speed when... Nope, okay. I don't remember. Say that now. Projectile travels, yes please. Alliance covering, no thank you. Default groups. Default group to lock. When enabled, unit groups will be locked by default when created in battle. Locked groups preserve their relative position. Default groups to lock. Whatever, we'll leave it as it is. I don't fully understand yet. We'll deal with it in game. Nope. Don't care. Don't care about multiplayer. In fact, I would like to disable multiplayer for the immediate future. What does this button do? You already have, okay, of course I do. Hey, okay, so yeah, I remember this. Right, so this is Creative Assembly. This is their manual. Now, their manual happens also to be probably, actually this was only really, I remember this most in Attila, is that this only really worked if you had an internet connection or where your internet connection wasn't having a massive fit. So normally I would sit down and I would go over this, but this isn't normally, so I won't. This unit types, unit abilities. I have to click it. Text. Infantry. Text. Text. Cav. Text. Missiles. Okay, fine. RT. Flying units. Okay. Monstrous units. Yeah, that's a big scary thing. Formations, abilities, cards. Where is the scroller? Scroller is there. Back. Thank you. The reason I don't like this is because of personal experiences. I was playing Attila, or the game before that, I can't remember what it was called. Rome 2, probably. I can't remember, the one before Attila. Anyway, I was playing that, and I was having intermittent internet connections, which meant that I could not load the manual, and I really wanted to read the manual for whatever reason at the time. That's pretty cool, you can stretch it. And I really wanted to read the manual at the time, and I couldn't. And I was pretty disappointed that I couldn't read the manual, because I really wanted to know how the mechanics worked. Types, abilities, army, sieges, heroes, lords, okay. A little bit quests. I think that we should play the fucking game. That's what I think. That's what I think. So, what we're going to do is, friends, we're going to end this video here, and then we'll be right back with the next video. I'll see you soon.